strength, no toys. My chick ride with me, never leave my side. My chick ride with me, keep me alive tonight. My chick ride with me, when the pressure come through. My chick ride with me, and she know what to do. Ride with me. Seen fake love folk when the ring came due. Seen bright smiles fade when the day got blue. But she stay right there in my roughest hour, like a front gate locked with a hidden power. If trouble get close, she don't make a sound. Just one step back and it all calm down. Dependable heart be low-key flame. Everybody knows but they don't know her now. Through the smoke and the noise, keeps it tight with me. Quiet strength, no toys. My chick ride with me, never leave my side. My chick ride with me, keep me alive tonight. My chick ride with me, when the pressure come through. My chick ride with me, and she know what to do. Ride with me. In the mirror I see what I used to be. Loudmouth pride, moving recklessly. Then she came in and the pace slowed down. Made a hard man learn how to hold his ground. So if the whole wide world want a piece of me, she the one thing they can't reach easy. No show or trust or real. That's the kind of love that can't be killed. Never leave my side. My chick ride with me, keep me alive tonight. My chick ride with me, when the pressure come through. My chick ride with me, and she know what to do. Ride with me. Met her in the rain by the corner store. Same calm face made me want more. She said little still, said enough. One look in my chest and it all got tough. She was cool like a code I could never break. Soft-spoken queen with a steady weight. When the world got loud, she stayed low. That kind of love make a strong man slow. Now she ride with me, through the smoke and the noise, keeps it tight with me. Quiet strength, no toys. My chick ride with me, never leave my side. My chick ride with me, keep me alive tonight. My chick ride with me, when the pressure come through. My chick ride with me, and she know what to do. Ride with me. Seen fake love folk when the ring came due. Seen bright smiles fade when the day got blue. But she stay right there in my roughest hour, like a front gate locked with a hidden power. If trouble get close,
Scott Free is going live. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
People, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. I am your host himself, L. Scott. People, on today's episode, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just gonna get directly. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna get directly to it, because I'm not. I'm not gonna hold you up all day long. We're gonna have a good conversation with the family. Again, if you're seeing the title on the screen, it may come off a bit confrontational, but I do not mean it in that manner. for the lack of a better term, let's use it as clickbait. Let's get you in here so we can have a conversation once and for all. Honestly, for me, for the Scott Free Morning Show, for your man L. Dot, and you can call me L. Dot. You can call me Scott. You can call me Scott Free. Yeah, you can call me the Negro Nostradamus, because I be on point with the future all the time. But you can call me any of those things as long as you call me. But no, seriously, I think this is the last time I'm gonna try to have this conversation about this whole Pan-Africanism versus black folks. And the reason why I say this is because I've had it way too many times, and I've done it too many times. And to be honest with you, now it's just getting redundant at this point. At this point now, it's just a conversational piece for people, but it ain't nothing really coming out of it, because the people who hollering, I want you to be black, I want you to be African, it's becoming normal. But anyways, I digress. We're going to get there. Let's get a few things out the way like we normally do when you turn on the Scott Free Morning Show. The Scott Free Morning Show, people, for the people who are new here, who is your first time walking in the door, let me tell you a little bit about it before you leave. Okay, so now on the channel here, I'm your man L. Dot, and on this show, we basically have a variety of conversations about things that are affecting black folks. As you probably can see from the hat itself, I am partial to one particular group up front, but I am a part of a bigger group, I would hope, that others did see us as brethren. Because like I said, this conversation is not going to be confrontational. It's a brethren conversation. But I would like to have it. But on this channel, we have this podcast amongst other podcasts, amongst a ton of music that is coming out of America again. The American music system right now is trash. And I don't say that to disparage all the people in it, because I don't think everybody in it is trash. But what I do say is that the machine has taken hold of our culture, and it's time that we take it back. So instead of we whining about it, I invested money, time, effort, energy, and knowledge into the fact of producing and getting with other people who are black and from America mainly, that want to go out and still make music, no matter if you 59, 79, 29. I do not care. We're going to stop putting stigma labels and tags on people. I want us just to have good music again. So on this channel, you'll get that too. So if you hang around to the end of the show, you will see that we do play some pretty good music out there. Outside of that, we have a variety of conversations. A lot of times is what's in my timeline. People send me information, things they want me to talk about, and I do that. And I give you my opinion, but I do want you to know, if you are your first time here and you want to know more about L. Dot, I am a black family advocate, meaning I am a lover of my culture first, last, and always. I want our culture to be its distinct self, because it is such a rich culture. It is such an amazing culture to be a part of. And I just don't want anyone to try to tank that or diminish that or take that from us. So I am a defender of it. And if you show respect to it, I respect you back, and we'll go from there. Because I do match energy. And I think all black folks need to get to that point right about now, because this world is toxic crazy. Speaking of toxic crazy, let's go and get into the first thing. Again, I had more, but great segue. We'll get back to that later. We're going to talk about 300 Radio later, but we'll get into that later. That's the platform, 300 Radio. But speaking of the world going crazy, if you are on TikTok, you cannot see this. As you know, if you are a regular, I cannot show any graphics on the screen because TikTok frowns upon that. So being that they frown upon it, I just can only play audio. If you would like to see the content, you will have to go over to 300 Radio on YouTube at the moment until the website is back up. And click put into the search box 300 Radio and the number 1 with no spaces, and my beautiful face will come up. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and watch the live there. You'll get to see the graphics on the screen. Some of these you're going to want to see. The first one you're going to want to see. First one is, have you guys seen what is going on over in Spain? That's going to have grave implications, people. I promise you. And if you haven't seen it, these people getting overran. I don't know who these people is and where they come from. They said Northern Africa, so was it Morocco? I haven't gotten into the comment section yet, but I'm matter of fact, let me put it on the screen. I'm not gonna play the audio right now. I don't think it is. I will. But if you can see the screen right now, you would see these. Look, first and foremost, from what I read, these people came. They swam for 6 miles at least, by the thousands. Excuse me. By the thousands, these people got in the water and swam for 6 miles. They said some of them was swimming with bikes attached to them. These motherfuckers was not playing. Now, can we go deeper? What I keep telling to people, I don't want to I don't want to go crazy, but I do want us to look deeper. Two things that stuck out to me as I watch all the footage go around the internet. Where's police? Where's your border patrol? This seems corrugated. This seems like they knew they were coming. And the reason why I say that is because where did this many people decide, in what group, in what country, they said, man, we all get in the water tomorrow, we swimming over there. About 1,000. Come on now. Again, where's the help? Then these people all up in their country, and then I hear they're heading north. It's just like they walking now. Look, it looks like a mass migration to Europe. All the people, look, let me say this first. This is just my personal conjecture. I'm crazy. I know. People say I'm crazy all the time, so I have to be crazy. But for me, I correlate this to the zero birth rate thing they got going on. If you know anything about these people's history, not everybody who is of the Caucasian race people were always considered that. The Italians being one of them. That country that's being raided now was not considered European at one point. The Irish, so forth and so on. The Greeks, they had a bunch of them. Well, now, did you know like 90% of like Mexicans, Asians, Middle Easterns, like the Arabs, I think even East Indians, if I'm not mistaken, they all put down classified as Caucasian. Northern Africans, Caucasian. So I hope people know that the construct that you're used to, what you've lived in, what you've experienced, is not ready to be the world experience anymore. They're changing it, which they always do it. So as they change it, now you're gonna have to adapt to it. And now all these people Caucasian now, which means is, what's so funny is the black folks. This is why I always say I talk to my people. I don't talk to nobody else. That's why the okie doke game of we are all the minority is a game. No, they just be sucking these people up. And then they be telling you, no, they still a minority with you. But they all getting set up for the okie doke on you. And you always is the one that falls for it. No, I'm not falling for nothing no more. It kind of leads into the title of today's episode. Is it Pan-Africanism versus Black American? It's, again, I'm not trying to be combative about it. I'm just saying, as we talk about it, or before we get into it, we're going to get into it soon, I promise you. Hold on, just ride with me. We're going to take a trip down memory lane before we get there. But as we go there, I just want people to know that's the main thing. Is just I think we've getting called everything under the sun, but nobody wants to address the issue that's at hand. Like, I give you a classic example. Everybody's still up in arms about the Black Panther thing. Should he been Black American? Should not have been Black American? My thing is just like this. Look, let's go even deeper than because this one, to me, I'm a stalemate. You targeted their culture. Hey, use their culture. I don't care. I'm not really going to see it anyway because I know the fix being on them. The second one already told me what was up. I knew after the second one said, no, they don't need. I don't care who. I love Brian Coogler, but I know. They don't love me. The script ain't true. Oh, no. If you, I don't like where you go on when you put out black content. So for people, when they target us. And then, too, it's not ironic again. Like I always keep saying. You wouldn't keep taking, it is still of American production, so it didn't make sense that they gotta, if they're taking the thing that they're taking the best man for the job and we're just all one big Negro. And it just go happen and coincidental that all the black people in all the major roles now, a lot of times, and even secondary roles a lot of times are British actors. That's just a coincidence, but we still all one Negro. That's what they're selling us on. But I think a lot of black Americans get to the point they starting to realize, hey, I see it, man. I see the game now. I see what's happening now. This ain't fun over here no more. We seem to be just cheering you people on. And like I keep telling people, I did this search. I sat down with my little online girlfriend, Lola Ray, the AI. We did a breakdown on black actors the other day. And I took like the top 20 shows and movies in the in 2025. I want to stay current because there are people that like to conflate. Oh, when we start talking about how, hey, man, all these roles are leaving America and going overseas. And people are like, nah, nigga, you got this movie, that movie, The Boys in the Hood. Nah, nigga, this is the 90s. No, that's a different era. You stop playing games with me like you don't know you didn't get here to 2000. So that's why I think it's quite ironic, before I get there, that like everything now that we get is two types of content you're going to get in America. If you're going to get black kind of content for black folks, it's gonna be either all Tyler Perry or Tyler Perry-like movies. Because I'm excluding Tubi movies and things like this. I'm excluding them because those are independent films. I appreciate those people. I'm not here to dog them. The big budget films, I want to know why all the shows that get green lighted most of the time have to have a narcotic behind it for our shows. And then now we're having this big love fest with the continent of Africa. We keep bringing out content that's targeted there. It's not ironic. Because again, this is some of the very people who told you to be ashamed for being over there when they was pushing it to you throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s that you was an African. They're pushing it to you now. But now, all of a sudden, they were pushing away from it then. Now, all of a sudden, now they want to embrace it. That don't make no sense again. I keep looking at these things. I just look at the patterns. And what we're going to do today, and I meant to tell you guys, I'm sorry. I didn't get into it. One of these guys, this is a Dr. such and such and such. I'm going to call him Dr. Pan-Africanism. We're going to do a conversation today about Dr. Pan-Africanism. When we get into the show, I have a little quick piece I'm going to do about my man, this black dude, this Haitian dude. I can't think of his name. Everybody be talking about him, but I got a little bit to talk about him. And I want to tell you about this other dude that's a Pan-African. Excuse me. We're going to go through he did a video with a guy online named Dave Anderson, and I watched their debate. And let me tell y'all a little bit about this. Let me go and get into it, because it's Friday, okay? Let me see how long we've been to it. Yeah, it's good. We can go. We're going to lead into it. So it's Friday. I'm going to get into the conversation in a minute, guys. I appreciate you guys showing up today. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, share the live. I appreciate you guys. So I'm watching this debate between this guy named Dave Anderson, and what's the dude's name? If I had the phone, I would pull it up. I don't really care. But he's on the screen. If you was on YouTube, you'll be able to see his face. He's up here, and his name is underneath thumbnail and everything. I just can't see it too far away. So, these two having a debate whether, because Dave is a FBA. He's a foundational Black American. Dave promotes being a foundational Black American. I think he says he's a conservative foundational Black American. That's all the same. Still black folks. Black folks is a lineage here. And then this other guy is telling him that basically these types of people are xenophobic. And I don't want to put words in the brother's mouth, but where they get from it, we're xenophobic, because I'm one of them he's talking about. We are hateful. We are one of that. And we are a deluge on the information of where we come from. Even though it only seems to be this side that produces real information, real solid information. What I see is, because I actually have a video in here. What's that rapper, Vince Mensa, or whatever his name is? And he was trying to check Cam, and he's trying to tell everybody the numbers and stuff. You know what I get? And he's, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but this Vince Mensa guy, he shows this video, and he's showing him how, matter of fact, let me find it. Instead of me telling you, let me find it. I think I got it in my list. Hold on 2 seconds. Do I got it? Yes, I do. Let's listen to this, young people. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, my people. On the back up here, L.Scott, be listening up. If you hear an echo, let me know. Otherwise, because if I hear echo, I don't mean for you to hear the echo. All right, hold on 1 second. Bow. Bing. Right there. Bow. Right there. This is the Vince Mensa guy talking. Hold on, let me get the shit on.
So let's dive into it.
I'm not from Africa, bro. And you might be, I don't know,
Not him, it was another guy, but listen.
Eritrean.
Niggas don't want to take DNA tests? Fine. But plenty of Black Americans have. This 23andMe study looked at 5,000 self-identified African Americans and found average ancestry 73.2% African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native American.
Can I ask a question? And I'm going to do something. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I ain't done this. Can I ask a question that I think no one ever asks when it comes to this? I could dive into the fact of people in Africa are nomadic people, so how are you pinning it down to a group? I can go to the fact of on their own DNA, they start talking about things like the way DNA works, and this is not my conjecture, this is in their own paperwork, DNA works this way. As long as the markers between Africans and African American match, they were able to use it, they put it into the mix. This is now verified. If they did have characteristics that were different, they separated those, they removed those. Yes, Black American has things in their DNA that are different from Africans, and Africans have things in their DNA that are different from Black folks. I'm using the most layman terms that I can use. But that's exactly what they're saying. They said, but we discarded those because it does not fit the narrative. Damn near verbatim what the paperwork said. But let's take away all those different things that we talked about. Just use this one thing when he makes that statement. Didn't they say everybody was out of Africa? They did say this, didn't they? They said this. I know everyone said this. That's the common thread that the school system feeds you. Is everyone's out of Africa. Even them folks that's pale, they out of Africa too. They just went to the mountains forever. And then they came out. So, But again, we can't pinpoint when we start claiming one thing and when we're not claiming something. Same thing for Asians. That means Asians are out of Africa too. Now ask me what my theory is. Ask me, do I believe everybody's just straight out of Africa? I'll give you something in my own conjecture. It may not match the main conversation, or it may not match the book story that they tell about this. But I'm telling the book story now. And I want for Mr. Mental, because I know he's telling the book story because he's regurgitating white people's talking points right now. DNA studies and this and that, these are from people who are known liars. So we're going to use known liars information. That's fine. Let's use that information. So since everybody is out of Africa, where did the European DNA come from? And why does Europeans all of a sudden have just because they pale now? I digress. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let's go.
If you want to look it up yourself, it's in the American Journal of Human Genetics. Now, cue the same nigga who believe a YouTube video called The Real Truth They Hid From You Part 17 being like, nah, I need a stronger methodology than DNA science. Just fuck. Next, let's look at literature. Zora Neale Hurston has a book called Barracoon, which is a first-person account of the last enslaved African brought to America in his own words.
Pause. Question. My people. Who in the said that nobody was on the slave ship and ever came over here? No one is saying that. If someone is saying that, they would be incorrect. A black person like myself that knows that his indigenous family is on this soil, logically it even makes more sense. Mathematically it makes more sense than what he is saying, but he is making a statement because he's making a statement like one person represents all of us. No, you can't take this one story from this one person who has a documented story to it. Guess what, sir? My genealogy is documentation. It don't have this story in it like that. So am I supposed to disregard mine because this book of someone who's not kin to me directly, story is different than mine? That's that man's story. But you're conflating it like that story is supposed to represent everybody.
A man named Kujo Lewis, originally named Oluwale Kosala, told her about the Dahomey raid on his village, where he was held, the Clotilda ship that brought him here, the name of the slave owner, his time in servitude in Alabama, and later his founding of Africa Town. Oh.
Did we not just establish that there were people who this happened to? But you're trying to get black people to disregard their entire ancestry. See, what they're doing is they're playing in your face. They're giving it to you in reverse. They keep telling you that if you have one, like I have an example. My mother's side of my family, I have got my genealogy all the way back to the 1600s in some parts. As you remember, it breaks off a billion times. And all of those millions, bajillion times they break off, do you know I only have one woman verified that's in my paperwork that was an enslaved person? One. So now, am I supposed to take my entire mother's side of my side? And my father, I haven't found one yet. So you take that on my father and then my mother's side, we found one person. Am I supposed to get rid of my entire indigenous culture for the one person? That's what you're telling me. And see, that's the problem. And see, people are not even saying that they were disregarding the African part of them. What people are saying is that, but a part of you can't become the whole. See, let's go and get into it. Let's do it. See, the problem is, and I'm going to play the video from, but the problem I have with people this way before we get into any one of these young fellas' videos, the problem that I'm having, it's the fact of, for one, I don't know what this fixation is on telling me what I have to be, one. And then two, I don't understand this fixation that because I decided to stand on my American lineage, my soil, my family's in this ground, that now all of a sudden you saw that as it's fighting words. I don't understand how we got there. See, I've been called xenophobic. And I didn't denigrate the culture at all, but I was told I didn't like myself. I said, no, as my information grew, so did the way that I approach things. So am I supposed to, because you, the person who don't know me, that don't know my genealogy, don't know the background that I've produced, don't know what I've said, oh God, didn't know that. Oh man, this is amazing. Who knew? This is amazing. This is crazy. Documentation. I'm supposed to let it go because I spit in the glass and sent it to some known liars that I've seen investigative reporters send Chihuahua saliva over there and they're Nigerian too? Are you going to tell that in this video as you peel the orange in your hand? Are you going to tell all the inconsistencies that people have learned about DNA testing? Are you going to tell them that? See, I love it. A produced video sounds amazing versus people with common fucking sense. It don't hit as much. He just did a really cute lie. That's what it looks like to me. But anyway, hold on. Or embellishment. Let's say it that way.
And they found the boat, nigga. Archaeological evidence. Let's examine.
So now, hold on. This, if y'all could have saw this had some rotted wood look like on the side of the beach. What did they have on it? Did they find DNA in the wood? Stop it. No, what is the fixation for you to come from here so bad? Y'all do realize, like, the whole world has changed since the time that they said that we came off the boats. The entire world has changed. New cultures have popped up. New groups of people who wasn't here at the time have popped up. Again, everybody and their mama that came here that I ran into were black and something. I am black and Jamaican. I am black and Niger. I am black and Ethiopia. I am black and South Africa. Okay. Shit, you right. I'm black. You my bad, people. I'm black American. No, you African. What? No. Anyway, come on, let me get into it. First of all, let me start first things first. Let me get my video up here first. Anyway, I appreciate my people for coming on. Hit the like button. Share the live. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. Oops, there we go. Get my background music. Hold on one second. Let me get my music on. Get my background in here. What's up, people? I appreciate my people for coming in. And everywhere. Appreciate you coming on in today. It's Friday, people. I'm going to keep it light today. I promise you, I'm not going. This is not an argument. This is with love. I want to have a conversation. I promise you, with love today. And the only reason I say with love is because I'm tired. I know you guys are tired too. Hey, Ms. Wright, what's going on, Pritchard? What's going on, Naturally? What's up, family? What's up, Mook? I appreciate you all for coming on in today. Come on in, family. It's Friday. I appreciate my people. Come on. You said they're Moroccan. Oh, Ms. Wright. Oh, my God. So you saw the video, too, with them people getting overrun? That was crazy, right? Now, y'all do know that's basically what happened to us. Now, they don't show it to us like that. They didn't show us like that. A couple of people shown it. They did show a couple of times. If you remember, they were showing people in the caravan. They were like, "Hey, John, I'm standing out here on Route 66 in Guyana. They're walking to America now. The caravan is in there. People had bottles of water and people had picnics together. And I was like, are these the oppressed people that were running from their nations? No. Look, people, do y'all realize? Did they say, look, I said it earlier, 6 miles in water. Do you know what 6 miles of swimming is? That's determination. That is somebody sent out the back call. Come on, you got thousands of people? No. I truly believe this, and this is just my personal conjecture, then we get into it. My personal conjecture is this. I truly believe, I think, them numbers is so low. Them numbers is so low that they are in a mass migration to bolster their numbers. I'll tell you this reason why I say this. I saw this one video. I watch a lot of people who travel to places I have never been, picks out places I want to go before I go. And one of the guys I was watching, he was telling the story one day. He was like, no. He was like, the world is empty. He was like, I don't know where all these billions of people at. He was like, they keep telling you China, India, all these other places full of people. And even China even India doesn't make sense. And I'll get to that in a second. But he was like, because when I went to China, he was like, China's not busting at the seams anymore with people. I'm sorry, Nats. I love TikTok shop. Did I say something crazy? I'm sorry. Let me stop right there. I'm on 2 strikes. So, but he was like, the only place he been there, he said he went to the India now. He said, now they bust. He said, they are busting at the seams. But outside them, but even them, they broke down the numbers on them. Majority of their people are in major cities. And it was like, it doesn't get anywhere close to 1 billion people. And so like, it's just like, Europe is tiny. Remember, you can drive from country to country in hours. You know, that's tiny. That's like here in America, that's like driving from state to state. So you're talking about tiny countries. Europe is tiny. America, they got a 0 birth rate. They're constantly flooding. It's just, I don't think it's, for one, I don't even think there's 8 billion people on this planet. I don't think it's nowhere near it. But anyways, I digress. Let's get into it. What was that? Okay, so let's get into it. First things up, my man, y'all know this brother's name. I don't know this young man's name. Let me squeeze on the screen for y'all real quick so you can see it. Hold on. God darn it. Come on, where you at? I can't bend that. Come on, people. There you go. This got a young fella right here. Dude. God darn it. Trying to get him on here. Good Lord. Get you on here. This young fella right here. If y'all seen the young fella before, y'all know what I'm talking about. That young fella right there. The young fella right there have a lot of disparaging things to say about Negroes all the time. Share the live, people. Hit the like button. He has like a fixation on talking trash. And here he is again. And I'm putting these guys out here because I want to show you it feels like a disdain for the culture more than I'm coming to you because I want you to be part. It almost feels like I don't like you, but you are part of me. Well, I'm a player. Let me show you what I mean. Hold on.
All those unintelligent African Americans that be saying, we don't have no connection to African. We're not African. We don't do anything those Africans do. We're a completely different culture altogether. This for y'all.
Let me show you how this. Y'all see the dancing, right? He's showing the comparison between. I get it. All right. Can I pause it right there for 1 second, though? I want to do something. Now, again, I keep noticing every time that someone has something or a way to disprove a nigga like myself, that something's just wrong with you and you don't understand what you're doing. It's in everything that you do. Where were you at before all of this? And then secondly, why are you taking things that anybody can do? I'll prove it to you. There, let me do it again. I'll do it again. Let's do it again. I'm not even gonna play the audio this time. Let me put it on the screen for my people. Hold on a second. Boop. Here. Who is this doing? Same thing, right? That's their interpretation of it because they have no rhythm. Oh, let me get up the screen because they'll get me in a second. Boop. That's their interpretation. They have no rhythm. But see, I can't go off of. Come on, get off the screen. I can't go off of that. I can't use that as my reference point to my entire culture. Because I have to look at this. I'm an 80s baby. I'll tell you that much. And as an 80s baby, throughout my childhood and adult life, the whole nine, only time that continent came into play is when I seeked out the information. It just doesn't make any sense that my entire existence I've ever known was on this soil. My family, my entire family has been here longer than the white people that you worship that have been here for 3 weeks. Yes, white people that got here after 1890 are all new booty. All of them are. But for some reason, you're fixated on mine. Why are you not fixated on theirs? Why are you not out there trying to claim them because Europeans left out of Africa at one point too? Why they can't be European? Why they can't be African? Why you are not over in Samoa trying to get Samoans to understand their African origins? It makes no sense, and you have anger towards me. Mind you, as I keep talking, this is offense to what I'm talking about. I am not talking about his culture. I am not talking about how they move, how they act, how they think. I do not understand how you think that watching two people dancing. Yes, melanated people have rhythm. That's what it is. That's a global thing. See, I think people still are under the impression that all black people are one big Negro. And it's so bad. Minus the East Indian. I don't know why people who refuse that. Look, let me just say it this way. Instead of getting into a sarcastic way of looking at it, look at it this way, people. it's no way possible that your culture is the same as everybody's culture because everybody's culture is still slightly different. Remember, there's Asians that are indigenous to Asia that are blacker than boots with afros. Them people, I told my people was just over in London. The people with them top hats that's standing in front of the Buckingham Palace and they don't move. They're just interpretation, some Asiatic black people who used to do that same culture. They're just robbers, excuse me, allegedly. That's it. That's all they're doing. It's nothing different. But no one's running around saying, nigga, you African. No, that's who they are. I'm going to get to the video because I want to get to the young brother, the brother that had the argument, the debate. That's where I'm getting to. Let me stop talking. Let me get to it. Let me stop. But that was my only thing to him is I don't understand how that is your smoking gun. That you got some woman, some black folks out here just dancing and do. I don't understand it. I don't. Because I do know this. I do know that they have approved all type of spirituality. Oh, excuse me, not even spirituality. They like religion when it comes to black folk. They gave us religion, sir. Of course, whether I was off a plantation or not off a plantation. You push to black melanated people to act this way, to move this way. You put it in film. Yes, everybody's going to act that way. Yes, that African woman may not have been dancing like that before Serafina came out. Remember, twerking has not always been around. We were doing the butt in the 80s, remember? Doing the butt has evolved into twerking. No one says doing the butt has to get his origins from, the twerking got his origins from doing the butt. And we owe all the twerking to doing the butt. No one does that. You take doing the butt, you take twerking, and you say, remember we were doing the butt? Remember we were twerking? Fine. Remember we were African? Yeah, that was a long fucking time ago. Now we ain't that no more. I don't understand this whole, I'm going to sit here doing, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I want to get to this brother's debate with Dave Anderson. The reason why I want to get to this debate so bad is just because of that. It is the disingenuous arguments that people have when they do it. They want to, I got you here. Can you tell me what the diaspora word means? I have you. No, Nick, where your family from? My family is from North Carolina, Virginia. That's where my people from. I can tell you where they from. But they're originally from Africa. I don't know that. I do know this. I do know, as I preach on here all the time, the old world was nothing like they predicted it to be. The old world was a very advanced place, well more advanced than we are today. I've said this a million times. That means I have ancestors that was in a world that was well more advanced than me, even though they have preached to me that we were like Stone Age for years and years and years. Well, let me stop getting I really get sidetracked right into some history. We're gonna be going down another path. Let me stop. So, but knowing that that's my family, I don't know much about them though. But I do know about this version of them. If your family is Choctaw, if your family is Muskogee, if your family is the Lumbee, if your family is one of these people, if 9 out of 10 at some point that got disrupted and they got renamed from something else. No one gets mad or get angry at the fact of it. Just look, you people who are Pan-African, I get it. You want a global work. This is what I want to know. What is Pan-Africanism? What is it? What does it mean? We don't build an economy together. So that can't be what we're doing. What does it mean? Well, I see myself as you. Great. That's amazing. So what does that mean from here? It still means when you get here, I'm still different from you. What the fuck? Why? Okay. I don't get, what does it mean? People will argue, and I'm going to sit I watched those guys argue for almost 2 hours, and never once did we get to the point, what the fuck it even means? It's just, I got you now. I don't get it. Anyway, let's keep going. Let me take that down. Anyway, people, it's Friday. How y'all doing? I appreciate you for coming in today. You know? Side note, this nigga had something else to say. Listen what this nigga had to say. Oh, excuse me. Oops. Let me play one more thing for y'all. This is brother 2 talking. This is the same brother that looked like, I don't know why y'all was outside. I don't know why y'all was outside, but y'all was outside. Hold up.
Towards acting because,
I used to.
What's going on about this Afro think tank? Listen, I don't care that the actor who is about to play the Black Panther, I don't care if he's gay. Do you know why I don't care that he's gay? Because him being gay has nothing to do about whether he can play the role or not. It's called acting. And
Now, he's gonna. Now, I'm not even planning for that. I want to say this about because I don't give a damn what that nigga talking about. Because what he gonna basically say is he gonna basically make it sound like only black Americans had an issue with it. Let me tell you why people have an issue with it. It isn't because you're gay that you can't play a superhero. That's not the problem. But it is the problem. It's the same thing. I'll give you a classic example. It is believable. I'll give you one in a simplistic way, and I'll give you one where I've seen it in real time. Steve Urkel, Jaleel White, said that he couldn't get out that role to save his existence because no matter what, he played it so well that he was going to be Steve Urkel for life. A lot of people still see him like that. That man cringes when you call him Mr. Urkel or whatever it is. He can't stand it. It's calling him typecast. Unfortunately, he got typecast. Could he have done more? Great, could have. Could he have been a leading man? Maybe. I don't know. But people couldn't see anything but Steve Urkel. So I'm going to tell you, for the way that the masculine mind, whether you like it or not, I need to go into a movie, even though I know they say, and cut, and scene, and action. We all know this happening, but in your mind, you believe it's real while you're watching it. You want to know why? You know how I know you do that? Same reason motherfucker get killed on the screen and you, excuse me, pew. Can't even use that word. When they happen on the screen, you cry. Oh, God, Jimmy's gone. Remember, Ricky, why you didn't run in a zigzag? We all said it. We see Morris Chestnut till today, all the time. We see him all the time. Ricky's been alive. Ricky's still here. So I don't understand this. I just find a new way to attack black folks because black folks saying to themselves, it is unrealistic. And I'm going to say it just like this. Let me say it even different. Let me say it this way. I say it this way. I'm watching Married at First Sight. I tell you, judge your mama. Yes, I like the show. So I'm watching Married at First Sight. Again, there's this 5'6" little chocolate fella on there with a little milk that head with a dad bod. Little sassy thing too, just out there. I don't know, right? I'm watching it, right? I'm gonna tell you, it was a scene where all the groups of everybody got together, so everybody standing together. And one of the shots, I actually paused the back and I had to go in the kitchen to get something out to eat. And I came back, and just ironic, it was paused on the scene where like 4 to 5 men were all standing together. Now, I'm going to tell you. Ladies, I felt your pain. I jumped into a lady's body. I had a poo-poo for about 30 seconds. Because I looked at this screen, and I saw all of these tall men, and with some of them with muscles, and some of them not. And then I saw this little guy standing next to him. One of them, he's coming like to the guy's shoulder. And I thought if I was his woman, and I look at all the men over there in the corner, I probably would think to myself, oh God, this is what you gave me? This little dude, he can't protect me. I know that's what you felt. So I'm going to say this to say this. If you felt that and you believe the same way that I do, that's how you would feel, ladies, then I want you to apply this to having a homosexual male play a superhero. When young boys in my era at least grew up on He-Man, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Hulk Hogan. That's a Hulk Hogan. Incredible Hulk. You got all these people. Blade was my dude. So we grew up on all of this, and now you give us, again, that movie, Externals, whatever the name of it is, you give me that chubby dude that he's a homosexual black dude who ain't in shape. Now you're giving me a child-shaped young man who's played a homosexual in other films. Now, I'm going to go a little deeper. Now, people cover your ears if your children are around. I'm not going to use the words, but I'm making innuendos. I don't even want the babies to hear innuendos. Okay? Ladies, just like the fellas, we lose all respect for you once you tooted and booted for another young fella. I'm sorry. The only person who's ever got out of the underneath that was Amari Hartwood. He played Ghost so goddamn well. I should talk about it too. I just heard some news about that. He played it so well we forgot about For Color. Was it For Color Girls? I think it was. Whatever it was. We forgot about it. That's the only one. Lucky him. Because I always think called statistical anomaly. So my thing is, to wrap this all up before I say too goddamn much. It's just not believable to have a young fella that if I seen the movie, that he's the other movies he's been in, for the transition into he's kicking somebody's butt. No, it doesn't work that way. I'll give you another example. Broke my little heart. Now, you ever just been chilling? I was at the airport one day. I'm in Atlanta airport. And if you ever been to Atlanta airport, you're in hell. Yes, it's the worst airport in the world. I've been to a bunch of airports. It's the worst one in the world. Well, I take that back. Second worst. There's one I had words in there, but I digress. I'm just sitting there scrolling through my phone. Got my headphones in. I'm at a gate. I'm in Frontier, so you got to be listening. Get them bitches to move a gate in a minute. So I'm listening, and this dude comes through my ear. I'm playing YouTube music, just random, just came through my ear, and this dude was blasting. Music was made. This dude for it was one of them. And if you know anything like I love us, when you hear men sing, you gotta hear singing. That's what you gotta do. You gotta rock the house. Either that or he got to be Maxwell. You gotta do that. One of the two. That's the best thing. This dude singing his ass off. So I looked him up. I find in other songs, this dude has bangers. Love it. Great music. Some love music. Then I fucked around and saw him. He's an actor as well. And you guys probably seen him as well. His name is, I think, Terrell Carter. He's on the Beauty in Black. And as of what I have seen him do on this show, I can't listen to his music the same way that I did before, because I know he's not talking about what I'm thinking. He's not singing what I'm thinking, is what I'm trying to say. And so for me, it kind of spoils it for me. Now, maybe I'm old school, maybe I'm being a hypocrite I don't know. But I promise, I mean no harm to him. I want his music to be successful. It just won't be in my house. For me, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I think for my man, instead of trying to denigrate black people, because they said to themselves, hey, man, we used to just having great content, and y'all just ain't really doing that no more. Okay, like I always say on this, my new people that's here, hit the like button, shut a lot of people. For all my new people that's on here, I always say the same thing. Same thing I always say is this. See, the 90s, we had films because it was Black Americans. Look, Black Americans in the 90s was the pinnacle, honestly, of success for Black people. Anything that would be considered successful outside, let me say it this way. If the civil rights movement was looking for a movement, which they were actively in the streets trying to get positive fucking change movement, when they were doing it, the 90s would be the pinnacle of success that came out of the civil rights movement, in my opinion. Black millionaires, Black culture thriving, Black people caring about other Black people. You got content every year, every day. I always tell people, pick a day, pick a month, pick a year, pick a week. August 12th, 1995. What was the top 10 songs? I guarantee you, if not all 10, 9 out of 10 of them, you in your playlist today. That's just amazing time. And it's because you are able to express yourself, be yourself. Black Americans had their own lane. White people they wasn't in their way as much as they are now. So today all we have is, people from other places who grew up different ways. And like I said, when you go overseas, people are different. Yeah, I've seen British Black people look just like me, but he loves porridge and fish and chips. That's a difference. You got to realize that's different. When your mums versus your I give you an example. Where we from? Grandma. That was where I'm from. We from North Carolina, so we like the border from the south, head up north. Grandma, that was what it is. You get a little southern, more southern, it's Medea. It's different, but it means the same thing. We know what it means, but it's similar, but not the same. It's a cultural thing, but the culture thing has even subcultures inside the culture. But these people want us just to be like, we're not, we're different. Everything's different. And it can't just be because we all got similar dance moves. Oh, Black women got the same hips. It's going to do some of the same moves. This is what it is. Anyway, let me keep on. Let me go and get to the main coup de grace of the video. All right, this is guys, Miss Dr. Lumumba. This is what we're going to call him. Dr. Lumumba. Hit the like button. Shut a lot of people. I appreciate you for coming on in. Here is the coup de grace, the crux of the show. We're going to get into the meat, the heart of it. If you have not hit the follow button, I appreciate you if you do. They stifle your brother's channel so much. I am your number one YouTube and struggle streamer, but I promise you will enjoy yourself while you here. All right, Mr. Lumumba. Mr. Lumumba is a Pan-African. I looked him up. He's an educator, a scholar, blah, 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 blah. All those things that the white people love. He does them all. He probably speaks at institutions and I wonder if he is straight. If he got a white tea woman, I'm ready to look him up right now. If he is straight and he has got a woman and she is a white tea woman, then I'm going. Well, let's see. Let me see. Let's see if he married. Let's see if this man is married. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, he's standing next to a sister in the first picture in the image. So I'm gonna assume that's this old lady. I'm gonna assume. Yep, that's it. Okay, good deal, boy. Cause he'll pop up with one women. Well, I'll be like, boy, you got like the coon starter kit on when you got one of them going. But anyways, all right. So anyways, let me say it like this. Okay, so Mr. Lumumba is a Pan-African, and like I said, Dave Anderson, who we had this debate with the day before, this is Patrice telling him why he did the debate. And I wanted to go through what he said because I want you people to hear this. I want my people to hear the disingenuousness that is these people. Like, before he starts, I want to say this. Remember this. It's a very simplistic concept. If I was born here and my parents and my parents' parents, my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and my parents' parents' parents, I can go a bunch of these before we cross over any waters at all. My genealogy, honestly, oddly enough, takes me more to Europe than it does either here or in Europe, but it don't take me to Africa at all. But the one lady, I tell you. And so when I hear Mr. Lumumba speaks, when I hear people like this speak, I be leery because it's a very simplistic process. It's a very easy thing to understand why black people are saying it, and to jump to xenophobia because black folks are more educated on the subject of their own history today than they were in the 80s and 90s. For one, that's not disrespectful to the scholars, to the ancestors who put their life on the line for us. No, they just didn't get privy to the access of the internet that we have today. See, John Henry Clark had to go to libraries and get access to this and then this. He had to do all of that. Unfortunately, as brilliant as a John Henry Clark or a Dr. Amos Wilson, and some of my favorites are, as brilliant as these people are, do you know I have access to information that it probably took them years to get access to, I can get to in like 30 days? So what I'm saying is to this, it don't diminish them, and then two, it don't give you an excuse to sit your ass where they were at. And see, he wants you to sit there where they were at because they fell for the okie doke. I love my ancestors. I honor them. But this whole, I got you, no. We're going to slow walk what you said, and we're going to see if it makes any sense. Let's go. Pull it up. Where am I? Let's go. Mr. Hold on.
It's that they feel that they need to delineate.
Oh, he's telling us why and like I said, this is him telling you why he had to debate with Dave Anderson and what he really thinks of FBA. So,
and distance themselves from identity, cultural frame of reference from members of the African diaspora and the African continent. Their belief for doing so is due to the fact that they believe, and this is something Tariq Nasheed has even talked about on his platform. He's really the individual who coined the term. Is that
and I know you're on the L. Talk page as an echo. I promise you it's gonna go away once we stop watching the video. Just give me a second. Tariq didn't coin the term; he popularized it. Coining would be more Claude Anderson, but again, it's supposed to be he's disparaging Tariq. So let's go.
They're bringing degenerate culture to the African American community. All right, I think that is completely false. But more importantly, that they are taking resources away from the African American community that are allocated for African American community.
First of all, man, let me say something. Hold on, let me go back. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me go. Good guy. I got to bring two mouths over here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep y'all engaged too. All right. So let me say something to this. First and foremost, that is not the main reason why people are angry about being co-opted and replaced. But you're not going to also gloss over that. You're not going to shame me into not using my common fucking sense. Here's common sense. If I got $20 and it's all my $20, I have $20. But if I got to share my $20 with one other person, even if it's just one person, and I got to give them $1, and that's $19. Yes, but I still had to share it. So yes, in actuality, they are taking from you. What do you mean when you show up? It ain't like it's an abundance for us. We are already in the gutter, remember? So again, can you explain to me mathematically how you add but don't subtract by adding? Because if you add from here and put it over here, you have added to me and subtracted from there, meaning I have lost now. Does that not make sense to you? Now, you really need to say this. You should say this more than what you're saying. I should actually be saying this. Hey, I know I'm taking food out your mouth, but it's really hard where I'm at and I can't make it over there. Is it all right if I come work alongside of you people with no disrespect? That sounds better than showing respect to it instead of denying what the fuck it is. Because now you are being disrespectful. Now I got energy for you. Because now he glosses over that just like there ain't no thing. Yeah, this deluge that they're taking from you. Yes, nigga, use your math.
And that's really where I think the rubber meets the road. When you press an individual, as I did Dave Anderson, for an example that he provided an example of an Indian man shaving his head and cosplaying as a black person to get a scholarship to go to medical school. The issue I had there was, of course, this individual was Indian, not black, African, or Afro-Caribbean.
People, how are we able, again, are East Indians darker than you? Because they darker than me? How am I black and they not black? Isn't everybody out of Africa? Wouldn't if an East Indian did a DNA test, they gonna tell them they're from some part of Africa? Wouldn't they say that to them too? See, again, you want to use these warped ass delusionalville topics that these people have gave us versus our common fucking sense. I'll stay there with you then. Let's do it. Make that make sense. Because you're not going to go there. You just literally othered all the East Indians and they darker than you. But I can't get othered because, of course, I'm from you. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go.
Once again, this would be an example of someone, of course, making a claim that's opposed to facts. And he couldn't provide an example. See, then started talking about, well, culturally, Jamaicans and Africans are different than us. I said, that's neither here nor there. You made the argument that.
See, not to pause it. I know the echo's back. But give me a second. I'm going to get rid of it. But see, why is every time the point that's going to prove his point, that's neither here nor there? No, that doesn't support your fact that you feel is pro-you. See, this is what it is. If you truly cared about just having the facts being the facts and letting it be what it's going to be, you would know that, look, you can't tell this minute niggas, if this minute niggas say that they from here and you say, no, you not, and you gonna say it with a smug, you gonna say it with an attitude, you gonna say it with air in your chest, do you really think anybody's listening to you? That is the equivalent. Young man, that is the equivalent. You got your girlfriend don't have a baby, your girlfriend don't gain 30 pounds. 30 pounds in places you didn't want them 30 pounds. That hips was amazing before that. You can never go up to your woman after she don't gain 30, 40 pounds of having your baby and say that, bitch, you fat as hell. You need to get in the gym. You want to know why? You're going to lose your woman like that. So I want him to explain to me how you think you're going to talk down to me about something and your information always goes back to the same flawed DNA test. And now we got DNA testing and the Holy Ghost dancing. That's the two smoking guns. Now, we're going to disregard all the information niggas is putting online. Excuse my language. I love TikTok shop. I do. But we're going to disregard all the information, all the documentation, all of the tribal cards, all of the indigenous names that actually isn't slave owners' names. These are indigenous family names. We're going to disregard all of the paperwork, all the news articles, all of the stuff from the Smithsonian, everything that we've learned, all the stuff that you spent hours upon hours researching, and you're finding, you say, oh my God, I have to show it with other people. It's so amazing. And then you say, this nigga sit down in front of you and say, a test from known liars say that you from over here. And the proof is I'm a liar and I say so. And then we'll say it with a smug. It's just, ironically, you're being ignorant. No, you're not going to call me ignorant when I've given you evidence and you've given me your feelings. Let me show you my feelings. See how this lady dancing? I get it. I saw this little girl in the mall one day. This little girl laugh was identical to my daughter, to the point she was behind me. I had to look. I was like, oh shit. What's my daughter? That ain't my daughter. Some other little girl. Voice sounds just like it. Is that my daughter? Can I say it's just proof and evidence that you obviously is a doppelganger of my daughter because of listening to her laugh. Can I take her home with me? This is my daughter. Don't worry. I'll take care of her. What common sense is this, brother? And to sit online and say you're going to debate somebody about their own history makes no sense to me.
Of course, they were receiving
And let me say this too. I'm sorry. I have to say this. Where's all this scholarship and information and knowledge that these people are getting? Where are they getting this information from that makes you underneath them? Stop for a second. Let's stop. The public education system did not come into play until who brought that motherfucker into existence? Black American people. All over this world, people were peasants. People don't go to school. They said certain people go. This was not a right for everyone. Black American people get away from you people. They build their own fucking place. The first thing they say, we're going to educate our kids. Yes, look at the fuck up. But all of a sudden, a bunch of people from a bunch of places who do not have schools like that are getting funded from nickels from over here to have schools at times, all of a sudden know their information, know my information, and better. That don't make no sense, sir. Africans will get online and tell you, I'm in Nigeria and I'm telling you what you are. How the do you know where I come from, sir? Oh, man. See, that's messed up, Ms. Wright. They do it all the time to me, Sugarfoot. They do it over and over and over again. They keep telling me that I'm bullying and everything. I say, it's nothing I can do about it, Sugarfoot. I appreciate you, though. Get the cash out. So let me get back to it.
Scholarships that were allocated for us, and you aren't able to substantiate that claim. So this is one of the talking points that I've seen going around, particularly in the Black YouTube space, but individuals aren't able to provide them. They have to substantiate that. As someone who's worked in higher education, I know that someone who's been on scholarship committees, scholarships are allocated based on identity, either you fit gender, race, or sexual orientation.
AI sold my t-shirt 120 times.
Oh, that dog, stop, man. Stop. Hold on. Here we go. Come on, internet. See? They messing with me. They say talking too much. Come on, people. Hold on. I did. It was doing this earlier. Hold on. 808. Somebody come back to it. Let me refresh again. Hold on.
Scholarship to go to medical school. The issue I had there was, of course, this individual was Indian, not Black.
Here we go.
Scholarships are allocated based on identity, either you fit gender, race, or sexual orientation. That is the reality. So when you check the box, it would say these scholarships are for students who are Black or of African descent. It doesn't say African American, Foundation of Black American, so on and so forth. So that's an issue there, right? The second issue I had was the lack of an informed opinion. I believe that everyone has a right to an opinion, but I do believe that if you should have an informed opinion.
Well, let's just take the fact that he's trying to say Dave and what he is, and I chopped it up a bit, but what he was trying to say in that spot, I think he's saying that basically his proof that Black folks are not taking anything from these people is just the fact of what he just said. Now, I want to say this again. Any person that comes, I have no problems with people coming from other countries. And let me say this again so it doesn't sound like I want an exclusiveness to us. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that two things can't happen, though. One, you can't be disrespectful. And two, you can't replace me. Now, if you can do the respectful thing, and also to get in line where you fit in, like I would if I go to somebody else's house. This is, again, Black folks, do not let anyone make you lower your self-esteem. If you paying the bills, meaning if your family, blood, sweat, and tears in this soil, that means, yes, you have the right to say, I want it this way, I don't want it this way, and you can't come in and say, come on, man, you being unreasonable. You can leave. And that's not you being the problem. Because when you go to anyone's nation, you have to act accordingly. And you don't have a monopoly on what it is it ain't gonna be. So again, you come into someone's school you take a bed, you better not be hearing people say, you know, my people just smarter than yours, because that's why they come get me. Unwarranted. Ain't nobody got in your face yet. We just better than y'all. That's why they come get me. No, nigga, that ain't why they come get you. They scared of me. That's why they come get you. You hear yourself? Anyway.
Base level, should have an informed opinion. I think one of the major issues is there are a lot of individuals who do not have formed opinions. And so when they're having conversations or colloquies, as I like to call them, they are having conversations that are really echo chambers of misinformation. You know, as Malcolm X said, if you're not on the right road, there's no way you're going to get to the proper destination. And so a good example of that is that this is an individual who has bloviated seemingly ad nauseum regarding the issues of the diaspora, right? Many people are familiar with this concept of diaspora wars, right? And so when I asked him the question, what does diaspora mean? Because he's, of course, stated on his own platform that diaspora meant, of course, the coalescing or gathering of a group. And as we all know, that is completely false. Diaspora, by definition, means a population living outside of its homeland.
Here we go again. Look, can I ask y'all a question? Roland Martin does that. They do this by the definition of something. Okay. You know the definition is that the police officer can't come up in your house and just pop you in the face and then get away with it. But don't that happen all the time? So I don't want to hear about the paperwork. I don't want to hear about the definition. I don't want to hear about this is no. I don't want to hear that. I don't want you to have the smoke and pum for me is that this is what the definition says. Great. Now, is it being enforced that way? Because if it ain't been enforced this way, why are you talking to me like I don't live the existence? See, that's the problem with a lot of black folks have. And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to tell you, this is all projection and gassing. I hear people all the time, man, I'm so sick and tired of y'all just talking trash to people, calling us names. And I'm gonna say, you do realize that if it's a Black American space and you are in it with an attitude, that you're going to be met with an attitude back. And some people, after enough of those conversations, are now going to be battered and they're going to come in aggressive because you have made them hostile by your responses. Remember, this thing started out as, you know, our family finding out our people are indigenous to the soil because you don't grow into xenophobia. One man from his living room couch or his basement, wherever Tariq do his live, did not take millions of black people and make them into xenophobe. No, that is not people. Who are you trying to convince that to yourself or to? Because you're not convincing the people. Because it's not true. One thing you're going to find yourself not finding. Now, you're going to find it now if I say this because some people are proving. No, you go ahead because you got the timestamp that thing. You're going to be hard-pressed to find anyone who's going to be on there. Scour the internet. Scour YouTube. Find a person who says, you know, I used to listen to Tariq Nasheed back in the day. And then, you know, the nigga turned me off so bad. Well, and I mean, if you Black American, not if you foreign, because I get if you foreign. Y'all don't like the fact the way he speak. But no Black American has said to themselves, oh God, I don't like this man no more, let me move on from him. Now, you've had people say, oh, I totally did not like this man, but now I mess with him. And see, my whole thing is just like this. It shouldn't even be about the person. Think about this. Ask the people, why are they so strongly feeling this way? Like, I would ask Mr. Lumumba, before he makes that conversation about he's been disingenuous with David, have you read the information that these people are finding? Have you went on a deep dive of why Black Americans are so bent on it? Or are you just stuck to the xenophobia in your mind and you're just going to stay there? Because it sounds like you've just gotten to the xenophobia and you're going to be there and you're just going to stay there and you're not going to move. No one's going to move you from that. They obviously just don't want to be African anymore. Why? You guys have never been a part of our lives. Look, let's just be honest. And this is no BS. You're only part of our lives now because y'all here. Remember, you won't hear in the 80s. You won't hear in the 90s. You won't hear in the 70s. You won't hear in the 60s. We didn't hear from you. Yes, you have Patrice Lumumba. Yes, I understand. Yes, you have Thomas Sankara. Yes, I understand. I know of people globally. What I'm saying to you is, the American culture don't know them. You are not readily available to people who do not study this type of things. They don't know those people. Your people know Malcolm X. Because we've had a rich history of people here. Why are you all of a sudden, out of the blue, in the last 10 years, trying to make us something that we have not had an existence with? And if it's all about just the term African American, where were you at in 87, 86, 85, 84, when nobody was running around calling themselves African American? Why do you all of a sudden have an issue with being called black? Well, us calling ourselves black. We've been calling ourselves black their entire existence. I told you, I'm an 80s baby. I've always been black. I've heard black. I've been black. It's not something new. This is not a term. Foundational Black American is not something that popped up. The word foundational popped up recently. Yes. If you mad with that word, why? Ask yourself, why are you mad with the people who were the foundation of the building of this nation? The United States of America. Take away the fact that we go deeper than that. Just the existence of this country, 1776. No, 1776. Black folks were here. So yes, they are the foundation of this nation. Why does that bother you so much? Why can't he be a foundational Black American with African origins? Great. But let me ask you this. Does the average European, average white American, do they run around and saying to everyone when they meet him, where are you from? Hey, I'm from Massachusetts by way of Italy. I'm Italian. I'm by way of Italy. No, they're going to say they're from Massachusetts. When did you get 1924? Then why you ain't asking him to go all the way back to Sicily? You see, this is the problem. See, sir, y'all respect everyone. That is where the issue lies. If you were on panels with Jamaicans, if you were on panels with people from Guyana, if you was on panels with Gullah Geechees, if you was on panel with Brazilians, having the same conversation about where they from and how they from. No, you use them as examples to try to make your point, but you ain't talking to them. And they have been their own distinct group forever. Jamaicans did not become Jamaicans by name Jamaican until the 1900s and something. Why you ain't talking to them? Because that country literally just formed by name, if I ain't mistaken, when they took their own independence. I know Nigeria and them didn't get theirs until recent, last few decades ago. I know they don't go by the name unless you say they're Nigerian, they by their tribe. Yes, unfortunately, our tribes were taken from us and co-opted and replaced. Yes, those tribes that we know by names that you want to call them Britannians if they want to claim them, those tribes were co-opted by them folks. You want to know the same way they co-opted hip-hop? Same way they co-opt basketball when you playing it? Same way they going to co-opt everything else you do. They take it. Do they not? Since they take it, do we not supposed to still claim it? So no. But what we do, Black Americans, just so happen to be the thing that we've all collectively agreed upon. So for you, if you are not part of the culture, outsider, shut the fuck up and leave us alone when it comes to that. Outside of that, if you say, yeah, that's their business, guess what, Jeff? Now we come back and be a collective whole. You want to preach Pan-Africanism, it's really not Pan-Africanism versus Black America. It's not. It is literally, we are a culture inside of a bigger culture if you want to make black people one big Negro. That's fine, but we're not going to skip our culture part to be part of the Negro. That's too disorganized. That messes us up. We have too many people doing things that are wrong. And then two, let's just be honest. If it was all kumbaya and it was all love and what we're talking about is just a small, minute sector of the group, then this wouldn't be the case. All of our politicians that are in prominent positions would not be foreigners. All of our actors, again, would not be foreigners. Not our ball players that they're going to reaching for to make new stars would be foreigners. Not our black caucuses would not be filled with foreigners. Not the people in the NAACP would be filled with foreigners. Foreigners mean, yes, you can become in a group. This is how it works when someone comes and joins your group. If there's 50 people in your group and somebody from another country go and joins your group, it may be one, it may be two in the corner. At 3, if you great, at best. You will not have 50 people and 47 of them be from overseas and 3 be from here. That would be a taking, or overtaking. That would be a co-op. That would be not co-op. That would be an undertaking that you don't want to see happen. And you can't say something to me because I see the pattern happen. It's a pattern, sir. See, the supremacy of W's, they work off of patterns. They work off of systems. When you can start recognizing the system, stop saying to the people that are recognizing the system that they ain't seeing what they seeing. Unfortunately, I've been from academia, so I'm smart. No, you're not. You're actually in a worse position than a person who's independent of the system who's made success of themselves. Because you're going to say and do things that's going to be completely against your culture. And you're going to have to do it if you want to keep your job. Hell, Ron Clark was an example of that. That man's out his own mouth. Nigga, I ate shit all year long that I shouldn't have to eat, but I did it trying to keep my job. They still fired. I've been through it too. You go to the office, you grin. Ha, yeah, what? Oh, John, that's funny. Wow. That's a great joke, John. That ain't. And you still get fired. After you listen to all them corny jokes, you still get fired. This is the way the world works. And you are holding it up, brother. If you want to be a group, respect the group, one of the members of the group, or people in the group, if they're telling you something, then we can still be a group. You can't tell the members of the group they ignorant and your information is faulty at best. And your basis for all your information comes from known liars.
And so you would think that an individual who, I would argue, is a serial entrepreneur, and from all accounts is a very successful serial entrepreneur, if you are going to, of course, discuss a subject, you would at least have a working knowledge of the definition of the subject that you're.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do you, and I'm gonna get that off in a minute, but if you do you need to understand the definition of the word diaspora to be able to understand that your black family come from this soil? People like kill me. Hold on.
Both day. Absolutely. Wilson and Garvey, how you doing today? But a happy Pan-African Wednesday. So that's something to consider as well. I think another issue that I think was very, very visible in the conversation that we had.
People, hit the like button, shut alive, get the people out here. We still having a conversation about Mr. Lumumba, but I promise you we're not gonna stay on it for so much longer. He's boring me. But hold on, give me a second.
Once again, this is an individual who has I would argue, a vociferous and particularly strident critique of Pan-Africanism. However, he did not have a working knowledge of Pan-Africanism.
What is it?
Of course, when he had his show with the brother from Haiti, young brother who was, of course, a bit heavy, say as we like to say, the pleasantly prompt brother, he stated that Pan-Africanism only existed on social media. On my platform, I gave a number of examples of Pan-Africanism in practice, right? Showing that it wasn't one-sided. Some of the examples I provided were representative of African Americans being assisted by, of course, Afro-Caribbean or Africans or continental Africans. There were some examples that had nothing to do with African Americans, the individuals from the Caribbean or the continent working together, or the continent as a whole. Great example of that will be.
You know what I think people like him, he does is, and I'm gonna tell you why, even though he sounds like, hey, he's right. I cannot say definitively in Cleveland, Ohio, there's not a Pan-African group in Biloxi, Mississippi, there's a Pan-African. I can't say this. I can't say that there's not a Caribbean sister that has an organization and it's also includes some. I can't say none of that. That's not what I'm saying. It's the same way we get told every day and we experience every day these people doing something horrible to us. But I think some of us, not all of us, but some of us have had experiences with them folks that ain't always been horrible. I have, I can say that, and still say with my foot, I don't trust your culture as far as I can throw you. See, you can't, when someone individualizes something that is happening to the collective, that is where you lose me. That is what they do to us. I'll give you an example. They do it during the election season. President get up on either side. Oh, I was in Missouri in a place called Selma, and I was at a diner, and a lady named Daphne came up to me, and he's gonna tell you this wacky story from Daphne in Missouri, and it's supposed to make him feel like I'm connected to them. This man wouldn't open the door and have a conversation with Maxine if it was none of that. No, none of this is all farce. And so I think for him, I don't know if people still think we live in a post. Look, y'all have pulled back the veil too much. Let me tell you in more simplistic terms for people. When you are watching the internet let the fourth wall down. What do I mean? You know, eventually, when you used to watch sitcoms, you never got to see the audience. That's what made it real. You never saw the audience. If you knew if they panned that camera around the other way and it was just a room full of people in the house, you knew they were there. It would take away from it. Give you an example. Wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan. I got a wrestling podcast. I got to shoot it after I shoot this. Wrestling podcast. When I shoot it, we're talking about WWE. WWE has this show on Netflix called Unreal. They're telling you everything behind the scenes. It's just tearing away at my childhood. All the lives that I wanted to live in the fairy tale and live in, they're just tearing away at it. That's what we live in. We live in a world where we don't believe when a president, just because he stands in front of you and kisses a few babies and have hot sauce to believe, this nigga gonna translate it into something. We've seen the game fall apart now. See, I'm gonna tell you, they messed up. They gave us Obama. See, the game was working as long as you was giving the white people over and over and over again. Hi, I'm President Clinton and I'm a nigger and I played the sax. But as long as you did that, you was like, oh, maybe, hopefully. But when you gave us that and we said, wow, we've completed the dance. Hope is here, finally. America's different. To find out this nigga was gonna make it so bad for us. That right there, the veil fell. So, Mr. Lumumba, I get it. You're gonna come to black folks, you're gonna say, hi, I'm gonna give you the most Pan-African name, Dr. Lumumba. If you black American, your mom didn't name you no Lumumba, your mom didn't name you Bakari, or whatever your name is. You didn't name none of that. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell everybody, hi, I went to such and such institution and I got my PhD and my under PhD and I got my blah, 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 blah. And all that I hear, because I've educated myself out of European ways of thinking, is this. I've been taught how to be a white guy this way. I've been taught by white people this way. I've been taught this about this and this and this and this. You just been telling me that. I don't care about your institutions. I want your mind to be free and open. Do you realize it is better to be uneducated than miseducated? An uneducated person will take time when something interests them to fill their fucking time with it, to fill their interest with it. But a miseducated mind will go out with great intentions, because I believe Mr. Lumumba, don't let me get that sweet past it. I think this man has good intentions for black folks. I don't think he dislikes black people, but I think in his mind, because black Americans are seeing that this has not worked. You cannot kumbaya with people who have derogatory terms just for you. You cannot have a bunch of people come to your soil and tell you that they are better than you. You cannot watch every industry that black people have the last bit of hope that they can make a real success of wealth out of, that you gonna get replaced by them and get told it's because I'm better than you, and think that we gonna still kumbaya. What world do you live in? People are not delusional, and that's not me being nitpicky. You know I'm telling the truth. You know you cannot have a person tell you who you are and then still think we're gonna be cool. Remember when you fell off your bike and you hurt your knee and your big brother, your big sister, you all right? And you want to say, shut up. No, I'm not. I'm not all right. I'm letting the man finish. Let him get a couple more points off and then I'm gonna get out of there. Hold on.
Be the Sahel Alliance, right? But I think he asked a question that was a bit in bad faith, and that was, how does it benefit all black people, right? I don't think any ideology can, shout out to Haiti, South Passe, can benefit all African Americans, particularly because
this professional 32 terabyte.
Hold on a second, guys. Goddamn, all these commercials. I don't want to see this. Give me a second, people.
Create policy right now. You could make the argument that, of course, the right of return for the African diaspora is something that would benefit all African Americans, but that's something they would have to choose to participate in. One example, I think, would be, of course, the Voting Rights Act, Civil Rights Act, and the Fair Housing Act. And many people would say, and I mentioned this on my platform yesterday, that yes, African Americans did the heavy lifting, particularly in the United States, in regard or relation to, of course, the practice and advocacy for, of course, civil rights, being treated like a human being in, of course, in the United States of America. However, we also know that there was international pressure, particularly by African.
Okay, so hold on. Oh, I like this conversation. Let me say something. Okay, boom.
Require.
Sorry about that, guys. YouTube, I'm sorry, I've been disrespectful. Hold on. Disrespectful to YouTube. YouTubers. Let me see. What's your name, brother? Let me see it. Can't think. Something Daily. If you're still in the house, give me a thumbs up if you're still here. On YouTube, and see if you're still here. I can't see it because it's in such small right now, but basically the brother was saying, hopefully I'm getting a check for what I'm saying today, people. One of my platforms I'm on is YouTube's on 300 Radio, on the #1 right now. He said, you must be getting a check. I'm getting a check for stating obvious fucking shit. Excuse my language. Oops. Can someone tell me what I said that didn't make no sense at all? Can someone tell me at all? If you don't like the foundation of the part, that's fine. I'm still Black American. I'm going to still be Black American. Can you tell me what I said that was against anything? Did I say that black folks shouldn't be together? I didn't say that. Did I say that black folks can't be part of a collective build? No, I didn't say that. I said you can be part of a collective group, but still have a group. Classic example. I live in a neighborhood. I know people in my neighborhood. I go talk to some of my neighbors. My neighbor house ain't my house, but my neighbor lives in my neighborhood. So when people talk about me, we have some commonality together. Guess what? Yes, we're neighbors. But that's ignorant to say that you have your own home. We are all one people. Yes, motherfucker, I get it. But I have my own house. Can you tell me what am I getting paid to say? What did I say that was wrong? Did I say that I didn't have any African in me? No. Again, I want someone to tell me when they tell me. I love it when people tell me you just be spilling. They always accuse you of something, but they don't tell you what you're doing. I'm telling you what I feel Mr. Lumumba is wrong about. There's a difference between shaming me and addressing what I'm saying. I don't mind having a debate with people that is in good faith, a conversation. I even say more than that in a debate, because you're not going to debate. I'm not debating my own culture, my own existence, the stuff that I've learned. Tariq Najee does not live in my head. I agree with things that he say. I disagree with other things that he say. But just because I agree and disagree on other things, that brother has done nothing to me that I could say that I would say he is a grifter of the culture. A grifter of the culture is a person who says they're going to provide something and then don't provide it. That's a grifter. When they've accused other brothers of the community of writing books, and then when you purchase the books and the books never show up, i.e., that's a grift. That is a hustle. That is, I'm going to provide you with a class or status or something, and I don't provide it. That's a grift. That's a hustle. When people say he's making money off his community, you're supposed to. You know why? Let me hit people who don't understand why it's better to get paid from your community versus them folks. If you want LeBron to speak up for you, if you want anyone else in this business that they call entertainment to speak up for you, you have to fund them independently because they're not going to cut their check off for you. But a person who is getting fed from the community that he is loving on or she is loving on is what the fuck you want. Why don't you want people that is putting their life, their likeness, and everything else on the line, their information, their whole existence, why wouldn't you want them to be fed by you? That makes no sense. Have you stopped and said that to yourself? Why would you want your enemy to be feeding you? I get it down there, but it's just, to me, it makes no sense whatsoever. People make ignorant statements like, I get it, you want to be here. Look, brother, to my African brother, because I don't even really say this to Caribbean. Caribbean don't got nothing to say. Y'all kind of get dragged into this. Every so often you hear Jamaican pop up here and there, but they don't really got nothing to say. Them people got their own problems. It is literally the African that wants to come over here that they keep trying to drop you off from either Britain or from Nigeria. It seems like, or Ghana. And oh God, them Ethiopians are horrible with their little nasty attitudes. But you keep getting people with nasty attitudes. You need to check your folks, not us. That's just it.
That Jim Crow be, of course, dismantled in the United States. And of course, part of this was successful because, of course, of the Cold War, right? The Cold War, and this is being promoted or disseminated abroad, and it's causing problems. Let's see here. Professor Anderson disappointed me. He was feeding us BS for nearly the entire conversation. North Philly people usually keep it 100. Overstood. Shout out to Mr.
What's funny about it, guys, on my platform, let me tell you something real quick. On my platform, like I said, we're not large. I'm the #1 YouTubian struggle streamer. I ask people to donate from time to time. Cash App 300 Radio. Cash App 300 Radio. but I'm going to tell you something. I would never. First and foremost, I've never charged anybody to have a conversation online. So this is one thing. To speak on this man, to get the stuff on the screen. A lot of times people have to pay in these super chats. But I would say what's funny to me is that this person who did pay, this person who wanted to denigrate Dave Anderson, Professor Anderson, excuse me, don't disrespect the brother. He wants to disrespect him by saying that Philly brothers keep it 100 most of the time, and he wasn't. You notice in his statement that he paid for, he didn't even take the time, even though he paying for it, to write in there what he disagreed about. See, to me, I keep saying this to people. If you want to know if there's really a fight or just people who hanging on to the conversation, that's how you know. I open anyone. I tell people all the time, I open dialogue to anyone. If you honestly do want to talk to me about anything or anything about any of this, that's fine, because I don't have any hate towards African people. I see what they do to your people the same way they do to mine. The only difference is I don't see yours as a lick. I don't see yours as somebody I can eat off of. I know you said that's not what it is. Then if that's not the case, then why is this brother holding the space telling black folks that they are not who they say? That's like me going down to Mexico saying, now you know the indigenous people of here are black, and I'm gonna hold spaces solely to tell you people, and I want to tell you people how you're wrong about why am I even taking the time to do that? What is you get this a lot. Anybody platform I listen to is Black America, you get this a lot from them. Man, what's the end game? No, what's this nigga's end game? Great, so we all go back to being great. We're African. You do know, don't nothing change from what we fighting over here. That don't change the fact that you still gonna be in a collar to one of them when they get over here. It still don't disagree. It's not gonna change the fact that they're prioritizing them people to come over here and replace you. You're trying to get us hung up on the name so we won't pay attention to what the fuck is really going on. I spend day in, day out preaching what the fuck is happening versus them wanting to argue about the name. It's too much happening to us. To you to just want to keep telling me about an indigenous bunch of people. We cannot go backwards. Great. We were from the Mali Empire. We are from Benin. It doesn't matter. That shit is gone. It's over with. You calling us pretenders. Black folks ain't saying they want to go live on reservations and be Muskogee. Ain't none of them saying. People saying, hey, if this is my family, I want to learn about my people, know about my people. I want to be a part of my people. That is fine. But this whole thing that we gonna have to go live in the back of the back, nobody's saying that. We got a real world we got to live in. We got shit we got to deal with. Eggs is $18 at the grocery store. And they killing peaches. For you to be worried about this, brother, did y'all not just see, we talked about this earlier, we just watched these people flooding over people's borders. We got infiltrated like that. People are constantly moving all around this world. Black Americans are always just trying to get by. People, if we don't look up and pick up, these people gonna remove us all and do it with a smile. He's trying to smile at you while they replace you. What are you saying now? You said to recant that fact. What are you talking? You said you're not African. I don't blame you. It's like, and see, my whole thing is like this, people. Again, and I even say this to my brothers and sisters, says I'm not African. I'm gonna tell you just like this. Leave him alone. He's correct. You know he's correct. The same way, the same people that's trying to tell you what you are, the same people don't realize is that even their cultures, even their groups, they got carved up. The Yorubas in the what's another one? I can't think of it. What, the Hutsis and the Tutus, they got broken up. Somebody split them up. White people are always doing it. This is my thing, and I'm gonna move on from it, from speaking. My brother Lumumba to Afro Think Tank and everyone else. Your regurgitation of why we should not have our own specific identity is based in only information you got from open and known liars. You are putting your entire existence, your entire belief, your entire everything into saying you're cutting yourself out. Everything, people in our culture ain't gonna rock with you, period. The way you've talked to them, the way you spoke to them, while you were on their soil 9 times out of 10. I promise you, it's never going to end well with you, and the only basis of information you got it from is known liars. All that an African that lives in whatever part of Africa they're in is that they know where they're at today. All that I know is I've been all over America, and black Americans act and sing and move and be the same way at all times. Whether I'm in Los Angeles, New York, or in the South, I have camaraderie with the black people that I run into. When I run into one of you, I have to learn something. I have to feel different. I have to suppress this part. I have to code switch to this. I have to watch how I say that. That means we are not the same anymore. That is not disrespectful. That is me saying to you, if we were all religious, and we all were one race, we were all Christians, and we all came from Adam and Eve. So ladies, that means you came from that one man rib, that one white T rib dude in the Bible that they show you all the time. We came from there. That is fine. But unless everybody's going to be held to the standard that we are Adam and Eve's kids, not that some of us can be from here and some can be from there, but you are only going to be Adam and Eve's kids. You're going to have to explain to me why that is the case. And if you can't explain to me with a logical sense when God, can't even talk. If you can't explain to me logically why that makes sense, then I can't believe that moving forward. And I'm going to say it again. When did this all become an issue? Because we have been black before I was born. I'm telling you, I see my genealogy. I could pull it up now. My genealogy, not one piece of information. I swear to God, on everything I love, my baby's existence. And I'll put it all down for them. I have not one on paperwork where they said that word African was in it. It's colored. I've seen native. I've seen white. I've seen them. I've even seen black for some. But what I haven't seen, I've seen Negro, colored, black. I've seen all of that in my paperwork. I've not one. Even the people, that one girl that's enslaved, they said slave. Enslaved girl, married. I had an enslaved woman, married a man who was a free man. It was a white tea man. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, when you say that again, you trying to tell me in my written fucking paperwork, I don't see it. It ain't in my everyday existence. I don't see it. Then what are you trying to tell me? That is what I need to call myself. That doesn't make sense. And you know that doesn't make sense. You at this point are now just trying to, you sound like you're running a grift because I know I'm telling you. You know what you are, y'all acting like when you do this? You're acting like a woman who don't want to listen. When you say something 30 different ways and this motherfucker just delusion is a problem. That's what you acting like. You ain't delusion right now. And I know if you pulled up, you saw, see free white. Everybody said, Miss Wright, I know you saying that. I know it's the same way. These people, what they've done is this. This is what they do. They said, disregard your genealogy. Disregard all of the the Walter Pluckers of the world. Disregard all the information about changing people's information. Disregard the photos that you've seen of the natives that they say the natives, what they look like, and they look like niggas. They look just like you. Disregard all that. No. That's pseudo. This is real. Okay, what do you got? Show me what you got. Show me what's got to show me it's real. Well, if you open up this school book, right? Nigga, if you gonna get out my face, you're gonna have to come with, look, a debate is lost when you have documentation and all you got is an oral story from known liars. If I go to court, can I go to court and say, Judge, please believe me? Or is he gonna say, give me some evidence? Mr. Lumumba wants to say, or Mr. Afro Think Tank wants to say, well, my evidence is if you see this woman's dancing right here, and then if you see that woman dancing right there, that's obvious. Case closed. We asked for this trial to be dismissed. Shut up, man. That ain't how it works. That's not how it works. You had to present evidence. Your evidence, if you brought your DNA, Mr. Lumumba, or Mr. Vince Missile, you bring your DNA, your 74% Nigerian into this thing. Your defense attorney is going to come in. The person, or whoever the person is against you. I can't even think of which side you're going to be on this point. Anyway, they're going to bring out this. They're going to say, well, you do know they say DNA is for entertainment purposes only. It just can't be the sole basis of anything, sir. It's the same thing as like a lie detector test. We use it, yes, we do it. We kind of have to, we use it to establish certain things, but we can't use it solely because it's not enough information to do so. You do understand that, don't you, sir? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Well, what do they got? Well, they have their genealogy paperwork that says that they have actual paperwork. They have pictures. They have all kinds of little evidence that shows that their families are potentially. I got a picture right now, my thing right now showing where they got the Seminole people. Ain't nothing but niggas underneath there. They talking about the Seminoles. So you got all these people. Nick, do you have anything? Yeah, we had slave ships. Oh, great. Where's the photos? Oh no, ain't no photos. But we know they real. Why? Because I got the school book. I brought my school book with me that I did in school. Yes, I understand. So your school book wrote that. Okay. That's your reference? Yeah. Did you cross-reference it with anything? No. I didn't need to, cause I brought the dancing ladies, the two. That's what you get, dude. My people, it cannot be that. That cannot be your only source of information. It don't work that way. To me. Hold on, what'd you say there? Hold on, he says the African studies. Much of the lifetime chasing. Oh yeah. See, and I agree with whoever said that. I can't say the name. Everything's so small. But in African studies, you notice everything they wanted you there. All right, Egyptology, African studies, this, that, and the third. Like, I mean, I'm not ashamed to say I was in my 30s, but I figured out all of the there was way more pyramids here in America than there were in Egypt or in Africa. That the pyramids here were older than the ones that were in Africa. I'm not ashamed to say I was like 30 years old before I even heard of the Moors. You cannot tell me, Mr. Lumumba, you want me to take information from people out of a book, in that school book that completely removed the most dominant force in history like the Moors that ain't in there. You want me to read that book? Whether they good, bad, or indifferent, you want me to read a book that they don't even exist in? You don't have a real history that you're telling them. So since the people in that book, the same book will put pictures in there and put white people as Greeks and Romans. You people just come out of here and make up anything. I'm not taking that information no more. And you're talking to Black Americans. Look, if your culture still believes that them folks are smart, that them folks did everything, that them folks is teaching you the stuff, that's your belief system. We no longer subscribe to that. And see, that's where the divide happens. And see, to me, I'm going to have to go ahead and say, that's what lets me know that we can't be the same people. Because you would know better if you were my people. Pause. You would know this ain't real. You would know these people ain't telling you the truth. These people don't mean you know nothing but harm. These people have never told you the truth. And again, I see people all the time. People are building their platform off of calling black folks pretendians, but with the information is always, see, this guy, like the Vince Mensa, you was here earlier. Vince Mensa guy, he was up here. See, this one guy had a slave story. He told you about the place where he was at in Africa and what he did here. Great. Nice story. Beautiful. What the did it have to do with 50 million black folks? Because this one man's over there. Ain't nobody said slave trade didn't happen. They have written the documentations of what they did. They did. You want to go off of that? Okay, they had it. We have written accounts from black folks. We have people who were actually, I listened to the Library of Congress files when they had some of the enslaved people. I listened to some of them talk about their existence, how they got it, things like that. I get it. I also know we dealing with known liars. I also know if somebody came up there and told them, you do know my family was never off a boat. You do know they discarded that from the information because that's not the narrative they want to go with. That's the reason. Look, y'all don't realize. Let's go deeper. Something before we get out of here today. I want something y'all to understand something about these people. That early 1900s was a cleanup job. What do I mean? World War I, World War II, those things are just about removing buildings, removing stuff that didn't make sense in their timeline. When those Library of Congress people went around, they didn't give a damn about what enslaved people went through. They wanted to make sure none of y'all remembered the way the world used to be. You go to Los Angeles and you go west after 1850, and they go out to Los Angeles. Why? The first thing they want to put out there is a insane asylum, because they want to put people away. You're not supposed to regurgitate this information. You're not supposed to spit this stuff out. You're supposed to tell the truth the way we want you to tell it. See, this is what I hate to tell people like this. I was the same as you, brother. I was running around here believing all the stuff these people told me until I ran into my great elders, those great ancestors, those John Henry Clark. These people are lying to us. They the ones that set me on the path of learning. One thing I'm not gonna let you do and you can't do for us no more, sir, is you ain't gonna sit back and just make it up no more. Anyways, I digress. Anyways, let me see where we at. We got a little time. I appreciate you, but who over here yelling? Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. Shut a lot, people. I appreciate you. Look, let me tell you how bad they got me. TikTok has gotten so bad now. Like you said, they have blocked me from getting gifts. They've blocked me from diamonds. They did a lot of dirt to me now. And you know why they do that? It's not because I'm hateful. If I was able, they would love me. Remember, Cardi B and all of these other people, they love those people. Why do you think they're always on TV? Why do you think they're always promoting those people? Why do you think why do you think there's a negative stigma when Foundational Black Americans started with this? You know how it started? It started about, that name hit hard about 6-7 years ago. That name hit because black people said, man, I want some pride about myself. It had nothing to do with the diaspora. It had nothing to do with not wanting to be African. It literally was, black folks will never get any type of reparations, any type of tangibles, as long as we are one big Negro. So they said, okay, great. Let's start putting on paper. We are a specific group of people who have been aggrieved and harmed because you told us you cannot do race-based reparations. So, okay, great. My family built this nation. If you won't pay it that way and you're going to use it as an excuse, that's fine. We'll do it this way. Same way the freedmen did it in the 1800s. So now I have to ask Mr. Lumumba, what is your problem with me trying to give my family what they owe? Just so you can have me label myself a generic African? Why does that sound suspect to me? No, it would be this. Yo, brother, as a plain African, I just want my black folks to get something. So what you need to do to get that? What we need to do to support that? Black American is the thing y'all doing now. Yo, Pan-Africans say, our brothers in crime right now, Pan-African Black Americans, they foundational Black Americans, but they still Pan-African. We rocking with them. Pay them their money. That is what your brethren would be saying to you. Not, you need to go under this moniker, even though you ain't gonna get nothing if you capitulate to it. That's the conversation none of them will have. To have this brother get up here right now, I guarantee the person who paid Mr. Lumumba money to say that Dave Anderson was being disingenuous is a person not of this nation. The only people from this nation who say Black Americans, who say that they are foundational Black Americans, that has a problem with it, is people who don't know no better and listens to people like you. But when you pull back them layers, ain't nothing wrong with saying, I want to put some pride in where the fuck I'm from. You know, I always tell a little bit about myself every day to get y'all personal lives. I mean, I say this today. We small group today. They didn't let nobody see the live today. Shut it live. Today, my grandfather, I never met him. My grandfather passed, I think, 9 years before I was born. My grandfather fell on a job. And he was working in a plant. He fell off a job, and broke his back. And I never met him. My mother was fairly young when he passed. And I think about the fact of they never paid him, they never compensated him for that workplace problem. They hustled my family out of the money they would do. And then I think about the fact of he's in this ground. I think about my great-great-grandfather, Bert Frank. I met this man. He was born in 1892. He died when I was 20-something. So, man, little bit, it was 108, almost 109, or something like that. I think it was 20-something. Yeah, he was right in there. And, I know. I appreciate that, Sugar. What was that being? No, appreciate you being. Oh, right here calling you Sugar. My bad, brother. But I just think about them people because I think about my grandfather because my grandfather, I remember they did an article on him in the newspaper, the local newspaper back in the day. And they talked about how he had a Ford Model T. This man, he outlived 3-4 women. Good God. I was like, oh my God, outlived his children. This man lived a long time. And I think about the things that I wish that I knew now about life. I would have so many questions for because he had his mind up until his late years. He still had it. I would love to know what the world that he lived in. This man would have remembered, he could probably barely, but he could probably remember the turn of the century. Going into the 1900s. That's how close we are to those people. I'm not letting those people go. And I just think everybody keeps saying it like black folks are hateful, Black Americans are hateful, Black Americans. No, you would be hateful too if a person told you to forget about them people. People will fight you over their mama. I will fight you over my entire lineage. I will. You're not going to sit there and take away from those people. I tell people all the time, I do this to this day. When I go look at my genealogy, I got the tree and everything. I pull the tree up. I sit there and I look at the names and I try to figure out as much information about them as I can. I love just, because once you start getting the tree, most people just go back as far as you can. As far as you can keep going. I do that too. But then some days, I just want to bask in what they are. The information each one of them were. Who was Mary Thrower? Who was this? I just want to know who these people were. That is what I want to do. And if my family isn't popping up with a name from the Zulu tribe, and the only thing that you're going to keep telling me is about a dance, fucking banjo, or some shit, no. And I think enough people are tired, and I'm tired of having to defend my family against a bunch of people who just want to generic size me. I know that ain't no word. But that's what it feels like at times. You feel me? Anyways, I digress. Let me see if you got anything else in. If you got anything else worth talking about, I'll talk about. Otherwise, I'm going to get on out of here.
The same man. Shout out to the Illadale. The 215 is in the building. Yes, I was extremely disappointed as well. I actually believe.
Uh-oh.
We're looking for people 40.
Oop, hold on, people. Yeah, I appreciate it. What you got there? You said yes, man. So you get it. My people get it. So I'm glad y'all understand what I'm saying. Because my whole thing is, hold on, I'm going to get this dude up. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, no one is hateful to you. Let me say this to you, and no one can say L. Dot didn't do it. I appreciate you guys. Again, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe button if you haven't done it. L. Dot will never preach hate to any one of these groups of people, even the people who wronged us. I just know a lion doesn't concern himself with the sheep. So what I want my people to do is that I need for us to all get to be lions again. You are the creators. Now you need to be the progenitors of your own life again. We need to start taking that again. Forget what these people are saying. The next time, like if Mr. Lumumba ever got into my comments, they said, we need to have the bills. I said, I'll talk to you about it. But I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, you can set up all your questions. You can say, I'm going to present it in a way he has to agree with me. And at the end of the day, when they say, gotcha, I was like, no, you didn't. I'm a black American. Why? Because my mama's in the ground, my grandmama, all them is in here. I'm sorry. I can't take you to one grave site. I don't even know how you bury your people in Africa. How do y'all bury your people in Africa? Do y'all put them in caskets and put them in? I don't know. That should tell you how far I'm removed. I don't know nothing about your culture. Anyways, I digress. Let me finish.
To the United States. And of course, part of this was successful because, of course, of the Cold War, right? The Cold War, and this is being promoted and disseminated abroad, and it's causing problems. Let's see here. Professor Anderson disappointed me. He was feeding us BS for nearly the entire conversation. North Philly people usually keep it 100. Overstood. Shout out to Mr. Sandman. Shout out to the Illadale. The 215 is in the building.
You sound sassy.
Yes, I was extremely disappointed as well. I actually believe, because he told me he had been a scholar for over 30 years, that he would actually be able to provide factual information during the conversation. I was really...
Let me say this too. You know what they mean when they say scholar. See, Dave, I've listened to Dave. Dave is a very thorough brother. If y'all put it like this, Dave Anderson, I think, is actually going to be the new Hidden Colors. Dave's very thorough. So I don't take nothing away from him. Whether you agree or disagree with his talking points, Dave, when he says something, he means it. He can back it up. I listened to that debate. That man can't get to his goddamn thought before you cutting him off. Of course, he's not going to be able to give you a thorough argument every time. That was your strategy. A person who has to cut you off is a person who do. Look, you ever been in an argument with your lady, fellas, ladies? You ever been arguing with your man who always win an argument? She be laying in the cut, just chilling, let you go off. And another thing, and then she thinking to herself, as soon as this idiot shut up, I'm gonna bust him all in the face with this truth. People don't have to rush through it when they telling the truth. I'll tell you, being in a second, what I think about a revelation. I'll tell you. A revolution. I said revelation. Revolution coming. So I'm just going to say, he didn't rush. He didn't disappoint you. This is what you're saying. You're saying, I am an academia. I've been educated by the finest of people. And I'm going to give you the definition of what the word diaspora means. And I'm going to tell you how you don't understand anything. And then I'm going to say this to you. Take your diaspora talk, take your college talk, and I want you to go down to Bankhead in Atlanta, okay? I want you to go to my hometown and go on the south side, cross the track. I want you to go to some neighborhoods in Detroit and Houston and LA. Go up into them neighborhoods with your diction and see how well you survive amongst the people. See, what you're trying to do is you're trying to teach them that they're just uneducated and you know more than them. And if they ever fix their diction and if they would just listen to you. Do you know listening to white institutions got us behind right now, sir? I always tell this story to people. Your school system is not designed for you. I'm going to prove to you how I know your school system is not designed for you. I come from a town that had a 49% and a 49% black, 49% white T group of people. The other one was others. It was like 3-4 Mexicans. It's from a small town, but it is. In this school system, in this town, we, hand in hand, went to school together. Black kids, white kids. All of us in this town went to school together, these same schools. Now, let me tell you about my town. Did we have a hood? Yes. Hood went on my side of town. We had two sides of a track. My side, and then the side that was decent, and the other side that wasn't so decent. But majority of the black people in my town lived in the South. They had trailers, they had mobile homes, they had modular homes, they had small houses. Black folks lived decently. It was not the hood. So you having black folks who don't live in hood, that they actually have parents go to church every day, the whole family, mamas and daddies, 2 kids, the whole nine. But for some reason, when we graduated from high school, even though we went 50-50, black guys, black women, same thing, black women, black women, same thing. Everybody was in there together. For somehow, some way, those people I went to high school with, those other ones went off on land, became business owners, business practices, the whole nine. The black people are struggling. They doing the new existence of what their parents did. How did this happen in the same school system? And then they're going to say, it's your culture. If you don't shut you know that everything has a cause and effect. No, that school system was not designed for you, because when you get out into the real world, no matter who educates you with your diction and all of that, if everybody you have to run into looks like your open enemy, you gonna lose, sir. So what people like Dave Anderson teaches you or talks to you about is ownership, separation, being with your own fucking folks for once. Standing on your cultural pride, since you say we have no culture. I'm not cool by y'all with another motherfucker tell me I ain't got no culture either. You're not gonna do that. When you eating off my culture, you live in the culture. Everybody is this culture. But for some reason, these people cannot understand it. This is the problem. It is not black Americans. You want to keep yelling about the black woman. I hear this because it always gets sister. It be so funny. Go on TikTok. Go in some of these rooms. Y'all sisters don't care. When y'all look, let me say this. I love black women. Let me tell you, I love black women. I love a country black woman. I mean when I say that. When brothers have been, being the fact that we have the environment we've been raised in, the way that they attack us, a lot of brothers don't have a lot of confidence like they used to. And that's why I say for myself that we need people in front of them that are confident so they can see the confidence is still a thing. But one thing black women don't lack in is confidence, especially when she likes her own fucking people. So when I walk in these rooms, Mr. Lumumba, what you are now feeling the anger from and what makes you feel some type of way is when one of these sisters go off and they call you everything under the book and you can't, especially when they be in these little groups and they be going off and you can't get a word in because this woman is straight fire. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have went in there dealing with her. And I'm sorry that y'all done said so much negative stuff to black folks that she now can't calm down no more. Blame yourself for the Akata word, the Jarrell word, the Yankee word, for the fact of she's a baby mama, the fact that you wanted to say all them things to her. This is how a sister's gonna respond to you. Don't holler foul now. One thing I know about black women is they not gonna jump out the window just because they woke up today. You gonna trick them though. See, what you people keep doing is you keep coming into spaces that are theirs, they're not in yours, and then you want to cry foul when they eat you alive. Leave them alone. See, if I come here, if I have a conversation with you, it'll be a lot more addiction. It'll be a lot more common. We have a lot more conversation because when I'm talking directly to you, I can talk this way now because I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to the family. But if I ever had to sit down and have a conversation with you, people just have a conversation. We're going to deal in logic. We're not going to Delusionalville with white people. I'm not going over there. We're not. We're not going to sit there and play these delusional games that white people don't lie about everything. You're going to have to go mathematically with me because I'm going to pull numbers. So when you bring your DNA, I'm going to bring the math. I'm going to bring the calculator. So I'm going to ask your DNA to prove what my calculator get right or get wrong. You're going to have to do it. the Afro, or what is the other brother name? The other, I can't think of his name no more again. But that brother, but if you want to tell me that just because two people is shaking their hips, that makes us one group, I'm going to eat you alive with just common sense. It has to be deeper than that. But one thing I've noticed is that most people, when they get in these panels, it's not logical. And then people will lie. Like, one thing I won't do is I'm not going to lie, especially when we got AI, Google searches right in real fucking time. You're going to look stupid. These people again, and that's why I tell you people, that's why people overtalk each other. Like, clear class example. Don't ever expect to look at CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, any of them, and think they're ever going to give you a person that really got real good facts, that really, really about the culture. Now, I'm not saying everybody going there ain't about the culture, because there are some people. I still like Tesla and Figueroa. She going out. I like people like that. I'm not saying that they don't have it. What I'm telling you is they're not going to let them people get it off. That's what they're not. You start spitting hot fire, all of a sudden microphones don't work. Oh, shit, we got to go to commercial break. Mics went out. Oh, God, don't understand it. Or they filibuster. I always tell people this. White tea people start in Delusionalville. So classic example. Let's just do this in real time and I'll shut up the whole subject when we get out of here. It's Friday. We're going to play some music. Was it not just a few weeks ago that if it wasn't Cyrus Belton, Carmelo Anthony, doesn't matter. Everything that happened to any young black person was justified. Whether the person lost their life, whether the person lost their freedom, it was always justified. Y'all remember this, right? Every time the black person did something, even though we had to go off of sketchy information, hearsay, black people they have eyewitness accounts that were saying things that should have absolved Carmelo. Cyrus Belton didn't steal anything at all, but yet and still people got off for self-defense. You chased them. Don't understand how that happened. All this stuff makes no sense, but they all had to suffer, and these people justified. Now, what did they do? They went to delusional. Carmelo went from a 5'8", 165-pound young boy who had 2 6'2" big ass nigga. The one just got back on the team for bullying, standing over top of him, roughing him up. In the process of that, but they turned that 5'8" boy into a straight killer. He was Mike Tyson with a knife. And that's how they talk about it. Yo, oh God, obviously he was thorough. He came there, he came with that to mind. This is what they said. I turned around yesterday, these same people. Dr. Fauci, who sat in there in 2021, 2022, Dr. Fauci sat right in front of your fucking face and told you, I'll answer any question. I'll do anything. Because this is what we need to do. And if you don't need to do it, you need to be put out to pasture. All you people who will not take this. This is what he said. He said his ass right in front of you yesterday and said, I ain't saying nothing. Nothing at all. So what I want people to say, I'm only saying this to say this about these people. I know that these people will say anything. They will move the goalposts. They will justify it. After Dr. Fauci said that, I watched Harvard Levin at TMZ tell us, how dare us? It's a witch hunt. A witch hunt? You told us. I lived 2020, you did too, 2021. They told, Joe Biden said, if you refuse to take it, you're just going ahead and letting people know that you want to go away from here. That's fine. They told you at the same time. It's unfortunate the unvaccinated is going to go away from here by the millions. They said this on primetime TV. You don't take it, you're going away here by the millions. To turn around today. I have footage in here. I ain't did none of my footage today. We want to say this Monday. We got a whole new conversation on Monday. But I turn around with footage today. To where now they telling you that there's all these adverse effects. This stuff is tearing up our bodies. People catching cancer, the whole nine. I'm not lying. They got all kinds of stuff. Let me see if I can pull one on you now. Hold on. Is this it right here?
2 massive population studies just came out, one in Italy, one in South Korea, over 8.7 million people combined. Mm-hmm. They compared vaccinated to unvaccinated. The COVID vaccinated individuals suffered increased risks of 7 major cancers, some of the same cancers we see in this new data. We have all of the mechanistic studies.
But yet and still, at the same time, that they can tell you that this thing is tearing you apart. The same time, the fucking spokesperson, because he's just the spokesperson for it, Mr. Fauci, plead the fifth, plead the fifth, plead the fifth, plead the fifth. I ain't gonna say nothing. So you want me to believe Mr. Lumumba? I will not believe these people. Because today they will tell you you are African. And then tomorrow, when that story no longer feeds their narrative, no longer they can get anything out of that. If they feel that by telling black Americans it is a debt, this is how you know that the shit is the way we're supposed to go. And that's our custom. I'm sorry. This is how I know it's supposed to go this way. Because they sending everybody in they mama at you right now. When we said we was going to be Pan-African, nobody was coming at you at all. It is an open attack right now. You have people who ain't even black telling you you need to be Pan-African. Anytime somebody is telling you to go do something, none of these people have a track record of being your friend. Why the fuck would I listen to you? No. People will tell you, black Americans, if you stand by yourself, you're going to be alone. We have always been alone. No, you had Kwame Ture. Thank you. You had this person. Thank you. You're not going to give me 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 to 20 people for 50 fucking million and then think that this is supposed to mean that means we together. No. Together means we build as a collective. You do not talk about me. You don't come for me. You don't tell me I have to be something. Be a part of it, but shut the fuck up. That's all you have to do. But for some reason, you can't do it. That lets me know that this is the right path to be on. I'm going to say this and I'm gone. Black people, know this. The only reason why you catching so much hell financially and every other facet of life right now is because you like yourself. Every time black people get to the point that they ain't trying to run from who they are. Remember, in the 50s, we were putting conch in our hair. When the 60s came, we had afros. Here they come. Because black folks wanted to be themselves. Black folks in the 90s, here we go again. Here they come. They flooded us with people. So don't tell me that this is not the right path to be on. I am on the path. I want to be with my neighbor because my neighbor understands me. I want you to be with your neighbor because they understand you. I do not want to have to weed through who likes me and who don't like me because they from another culture and their mama told them to stay away from. I'm not doing that with you. Change your way you'll behave as a collective towards my culture and you may get a different reaction from us. That's what I say. But anyways, people. That is today's episode. I'm sorry, they'll die talk. I got y'all back here with that echo that whole time. My bad, people. Oh no, did I? Anyways, let me go and turn on some of this background music. I'm gonna put on some music for my people today. Let me see what we got. And cause I love y'all, man. I do. I love y'all. And I'm gonna play some music for my family today. And we're gonna get out of here. I appreciate you. What was I gonna say to you? Oh, I can't even remember. But anyway, I love y'all today. We're gonna be back on Monday. If you haven't followed the channel again, definitely go hit the follow button. I appreciate you guys. They stifled the shit out of the channel today. They said, yeah, we won't show no love to it. I'm your number one YouTube struggle streamer. I'm your man L. Dot. Don't go nowhere just yet. We're going to play some music. I told you the platform always plays a little music. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. I tell you what. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to play some music. Then we're going to get it popping. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys. Let me go get it on. Stop doing all the damn talking. Boop. Okay, hold on. Let me refresh the page. Boop. All right, guys. Website is going to be back up tomorrow, I promise you. I mean, not tomorrow. The website's gonna be back up on next week. We're gonna be able to do a lot more there. I'll tell you all about it on Monday. But until then, I appreciate you guys. If you want to support the channel, hit the Cash App 300 Radio. Again, Cash App 300 Radio. I appreciate you guys. Let me turn on the music in the back. I know I've been wrong, and I will catch you guys later. More than I've been right.
Trying to make this love. If you walk away, I can't blame you, no. But before you go, let me tell you so. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm learning, baby. Stay with me. I was lost. I was lost. I was lost. I was lost. Now I'm on my knees. Stay with me. Stay with me. stay with me. Stay with me. Oh, I remember your tears on that kitchen tile. Me acting brand new, wearing denial. You gave me your heart, I gave you a stone. Still you kept me warm, kept me from the home. I ain't asking you to forget it all. Just let me stand up before I fall. I ain't proud of the man I was, but I'm here now, trying to make this love. If you walk away, I can't blame you, no. But before you go, let me tell you so. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm learning, baby. Stay with me. I was lost. I was lost. I was lost. I was lost. Now I'm on my knees. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh. Stay with me. Oh. If I could fall back time, I come home clean. I'll speak your name soft and live what I mean. Let those horns cry, let this old heart show. I'm not who I was, I'm just letting you know. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm learning, baby. I was lost. Now I'm on my knees. Stay with me. 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 I'm gonna do right. Stay with me. 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 Stay with me.
We've got old school.
Old school.
And we've got new school.
Always plays the new music first right here.
It's 300 Radio.
You bite your lip every time I lean in slow. You don't say it, but I hear it running under your pulse. I know. Hand on your waist, you watch before I even speak. I call your shame by its first name. You get honest when you're weak. Yeah. I can read your mind, every dirty little line, girl. You don't have to say a word, I already seen you undress in my head. I can read your mind, every secret that you hide, girl. You don't have to beg for it, I'm already there in your head. You play don't touch while you're pulling on my chain. You say slow down with your mouth, but your hips don't move the same. You want control, and you want me taking it back. You love the way that I say stay, right before I make you cry. Ooh, I can read your mind, every dirty little line, girl. You don't have to say a word, I already seen you undress in my head. I can read your mind, every secret that you hide, girl. You don't have to beg for it, I'm already there in your head. Tell me what you fear, I'll say it first. Ooh, you think I'll drown you in this one, but you wanna be submerged. Look me in my eyes and lose that don't have to say a word, I already see you undressing my head. I can read your mind, every secret that you hide, girl. You don't have to beg for, I'm already there in your head. In your head, in your
Glass in session, bottle in the air though. Walk in, whole room tilt. We the blueprint, you the gift. Gold on, but the soul rich. Your whole world move on, our rhythm, let the flow hit you. Slide through like I own this night. Talk slick, every word sound right. From the soil where the legends grew. Everything you flexing now, that's what we've been doing. It's the NBA election in the VIP. Everything you callin' cool look just like me. From the slang to the chain to the way y'all speak. We the reason every club feel like big OT. It's the NBA election in the VIP. Turn the world trying to copy what we do for free. You can feel that game every time I breathe. Foundational, baby, this the family tree. Whoa. Step back, let a king talk. Every move trace back to our walk. From them Jew joints down to this club floor. We been turning little rooms to a world tour. Auntie talk smooth, talk grind. Grandma prayed over all this shine. You see drip, I see sacrifice. We turn struggle into style, make it look like I. It's the VIP. Everything you callin' cooler just like me. From the slang to the chain to the way y'all speak. We the reason every club feel like big OT. VIP, world trying to copy what we do for free. You can feel the game every time I breathe. Foundational, baby, this the family tree. Toast up if you feel that pride. Day one's by my left and right. We ain't begging for a seat inside. Built the table, now we own the night. From the step to the strut to the fade. Every trend that you love. Put respect on the name, that's a must. Foundational, stamped in the dust. Everything you callin' cooler just like me. From the slang to the chain to the way y'all speak. We the reason every club feel like big OT. Relation in a VIP. World trying to copy what we do for free. You can feel the game every time I breathe. Foundational, baby, this the family tree. Class dismissed, but the vibe still running. FBA and